Good to go? Okay, hold on. You are alive.
Welcome back to the Morrigan Society, a Mythic Ireland investment campaign. I am Mary, your resident nerd on wheels, and I'm so excited to bring us back into the world of the Irish rebellion against the Apollonian Society. But before we dive into things, as well as our content warnings for this evening, let's do some quick introductions. As always, we are going to start with our wonderful guest, Julia. And just as since you are new to the stream, just quick introductions, a little bit about your character name, archetype, and then popcorn it to the next person.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Julia Labouche. I use any pronouns. Tonight, I will be playing Nisha Halloran, who uses he, him pronouns. He is an academic. He owns an antique store called Ambrose Antiquities. I know how to talk, I promise. Yeah, and anything else, I guess you're going to find out in a little bit. We're saving plugs for the end, I'm assuming?
Yep, plugs for the end.
Cool. All right. I'm going to popcorn it to Danny.
Hey, thank you for that, Julia. Welcome to the table. Thank you again for having me, Mary, and great to be here with everybody. I'm Danny, he, him, Danny R. Mendoza, all over the internet, and I am playing Father Varela Segundo S.J., he, they, and I will popcorn it over to Ran.
Hi, I am Bran. I use she, her pronouns. I am playing Celadonna, which, glad to be here. Popcorning to Crimson.
Hi everyone, Crimson Soul. Today I am playing Violet, she, her, and nothing bad has ever happened to me. I'm gonna pass it. Well, actually, wait. Yeah, I'm gonna pass it to Steve.
Hi, I'm Steve. I'm playing Mr. Williams, your British butler, who, by the way, has a much, much, much better British accent than I do. But there you go. And back to Mary.
All right. And before we dive into the story further, we want to go quickly over that this Vesson is a horror game, specifically dealing with some dark and mature themes. So if this is something that is not comfortable for you to listen to, that is okay. Nerds with Dice has some wonderful pre-recorded episodes as well as VODs that you can find on our YouTube channel. So please protect your mental health. And as far as specific content warnings that we will be running into tonight, we have our basic ones, which is body horror, psychological horror. This episode will probably feature gaslighting, government oppression, manipulation, as well as systems of control. And the classism will also come into effect. If any of these kind of topics are going to hit a little too close to home, please protect your mental health, and we will be happy to have you in our next show. We have plenty of wonderful, amazing shows on Nerds with Dice. We're happy to have you. But as we get into things, we're first going to dive into a excerpt from William Stuckley's diary in the Annals of the Apollonian Society. The grand auction of the Society Network is one of the most important events for the up and coming with the site. It is where we get to know each other, break bread, and organize secrets with the best of the best. This is my first year, and I hope to make an entrance with what I bring. Maybe someday my ancestors will be able to host this event, but for now, I will stake my claim with bringing the best auction item to the table. For our wonderful investigators, where we left off last time, you all were in a bit of a pickle, as laying on the floor in the grand entrance hall was none other than the dead body of Carlton, your assigned butler from the Apollonian Society. Someone that you found out had been actively spying on you, trying to gain information on your dealings within your Galway headquarters. There on the body, you were able to do some quick investigating, to reveal a note on the body just saying you're welcome with a raven's feather. And after getting some strange signs, you were able to connect to folklore. Um, this has at least the ideology of the Morrigan written all over it, whether it's actually her or one of her loyal servants, you are not knowing. But this is a bit of a problem because this definitely was not oh, he passed quietly in his sleep, everything is fine. This was a more violent death, and how you deal with it may well cause consequences in the foreseeable future. So, for Celadonna, Violet, Mr. Williams, and Father Segundo, Delilah got on the first train to Dublin to hopefully head off the information about Carlton, basically to say that he was riling up locals, trying to basically come up with some sort of a story to say of maybe an explanation of what could go wrong. But it's entirely up to you of what you plan to do with the body. To show it to the local authorities, hide it, entirely up to you.
I know what I
Um,
want to do with the body, kind of, but I do have a question because, and apologies again because I left halfway through the last session. What did, where did Celadonna go? Um,
Quick recap for you. So, after the night, you were still racked with being the injuries that you sustained when dealing with the mayor. Uh,
right.
you would have had time to rest, which means you would have actually seen the fight, like just like from your window, that happened
Mhm.
between Delilah and Carlton. It was rather heated. You would have seen a flock of ravens begin to circle
Mhm.
Carlton, and he went into the forest. Um, Go ahead for me. Give me a vigilance logic check
Okay.
to kind of see like over the day as you've like spent it inside recuperating and resting to see if you'd notice because they would have had to break into the house.
Right. All right. We have one.
So one success is all you need. As you are kind of peering out your window, taking a day off, resting, you would notice that it is a odd scene. Um, you would see Carlton walking very stiffly into the house. You would hear a thump and silence, and a raven would fly up to your window and just sit there for the rest of the day until the others came. You would know that the others were able to discover the creature, the Dovercoo, had some healing properties. And with Angus's mistake, owning up to that mistake and asking for forgiveness, you were able to rescue the father Dovercoo and the uh, all the pups that
Mhm.
he was taking care of, allowing them to escape and receiving a vial as well as a new friend of a
Mhm.
Dovercoo, the matron Dovercoo, uh, that was able to have healing properties. Afterwards, the others came back. Would you have investigated before they came back or waited till they came?
I think Celadonna had been in a bit of a melancholic mood, perhaps, from both the injuries and also just feeling a little bit drained after letting Kiva possess her so that she could experience the festivals. So I think partially that contributed to she just felt a little checked out. But after everybody else has returned, I think everything came back into focus, and almost like snapping back up into awakeness from a dream will be reminded of what she heard and observed and come back down to investigate along with everybody else.
As you last week, Carlton with many stab wounds on the floor, um, and we paused at the time of you figuring out or finding the letter, but we kind of resumed to figure out what you guys do next.
Father Varela is going to silently enter a state of prayer for the soul of the deceased, taking on what is appropriate for him to quietly do here while everyone else already goes about whatever they're doing, in line with the order of Christian funerals. It's reverential, may not have liked Carlton in life, but this is bigger than that. And goes through that without trying to be in anybody's way about it.
In no way of interfering with that last rite and prayer, Celadonna is going to try to use her medium ability to commune with Carlton, to see if she could not intercept, but just kind of communicate with him as his spirits depart.
This safely with your ability, or are
Mhm.
you doing it not safely with a will?
Um, I mean, by default, I do it not safely, but it is the usual way, and especially right now, it is pretty violent, and so doing it not necessarily not safely, but it's without much concern. It's more about the urgency and um, emotional motivation rather than more logic.
Or are you making the using the ability for this?
I'm
My
using the
brain just
ability.
cool.
Yeah.
No roll required. You're able to tap into your medium abilities. Luckily, you were able to rest for the day, so it will not be as taxing on you. You set up all of your crystals and the different objects of power and protection next to basically creating almost like a Venn diagram. Um, at least this is like the safest way to do it. There
Mhm.
are other folk magic ways that are a little bit less safe. Some folk magic ways are even safer, but this is at least like the society version of it that you would have been taught. Basically, having the energy, both of your energies go towards that middle circle. Um, but as you open yourself up to see uh, the spirit that was Carlton, it is a bit of a grisly sight. As living crossover, you see Carlton hung like a scarecrow with ravens holding up his arms with their talons. His eyes have been completely plucked out, and he has many different wounds that look like a very much a bird attack gone wrong.
What happened to you?
And you hear the ravens caw, and it sounds like cursed, 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 cursed. And even those that are within the house, there are ravens that have been kind of like hovering near the house ever since you guys have made it inside. And even those ravens, like in that caw sound, it almost sounds as though they are speaking and saying cursed.
What is there anything we can do to help? Did you see anything? Who cursed you?
Try and utter it, and as like the words, like you begin to hear like the first few syllables of a word, like huh, as you whoever caused this to happen, there is a symbol, and those that are in the room around would see that almost burning through the uniform that Carlton wears is a symbol that you all would know is commonly used in the society. And as he tries to utter that word to you, Celadonna, you see that symbol begin to stitch his lips together.
I think with that sight, she's going to sever the connection, comes back, and seeing Father Segundo is still doing the prayer, will say, I don't know. I don't know if this is working, Father. Something is...
Why? What's wrong? Are you okay?
Yeah, he's cursed somehow. Did you see that? And I'm gonna try to see if his mouth of the body is, if it's also stitched up with a symbol.
Not so much stitched. It is as though the lips are fused.
And I would have probably noticed that before this moment. Or you think that I'm noticing that for the first time when it's pointed out now?
You're seeing it happen.
I'm watching it happen right now. Copy.
Yes, right at that moment.
I think that as that is happening, and this is with above table, I think as like the player here, that we're the force doing this is probably on our side, right? But as a priest in this moment, trying to do what I'm doing, I think I would try to better understand what is happening here. So what kind of check would it be, or what would I need to do to try to connect up with this on, let's say, like a more intuitive level, right? Like something where I'm trying to feel it more than just, I'm not trying to rely just on like encyclopedic knowledge. I'm trying to connect with whatever this magic is that's happening and get a sense of what might be doable here.
Usually when we're talking about magic, it's either inspiration or observation. If you are trying to be intuitive about it, usually intuition is inspiration. So go ahead and give me a empathy inspiration roll and tell me what you get.
Perfect. Let me see. I was about to ask, are you okay with me taking just a little bit of a drink of my fine wine on my way in here for a +1 bonus to inspiration off of that? Just
That probably is the best time to have a swig of wine.
Take a swig of wine on my way into this. Get a +1 here. That gets me up to 9d6 on this. I'm just making sure there isn't anything else I should be paying attention to. No, I seem to be good. All right, gonna roll 9d6. Let's hope I get one success. I got no successes. I'm gonna push on this because this feels ridiculous. I reroll all 9d6 and I take a condition. Am I right about that for the push? Okay.
Dang.
Perfect. I think I would like to pitch taking either angry or exhausted. Angry that I can't get this working, so like angry at myself, or exhausted trying to push through it. But obviously I'd be happy to take them. Okay,
so for conditions, it's usually entirely up to you as far. Some people like to take it from top down. You can pick and choose. But the most thing is like once you hit 3, be careful of hitting that 4th because that is when you get a critical injury.
And just to be clear, that's 4 total, not 4 physical or 4 mental, right? Like it's 4 across the two.
Physical, you'll get a physical critical injury. If you get 4 mental, you'll get a mental critical injury. So
Copy.
like they are separate, but 4 can accumulate very quickly.
Copy that. That's okay. I did get 1 success. Want y'all to know I rolled 3 ones both times. But on these and the rest on this second one was a sea of 2s. So it's 6 and then whatever that is, 5 2s and then 3 1s, which is incredible.
But
yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
It's like, why are you trying this?
Morrigan's like, stop. Yeah.
I killed him for you for a reason. Leave him in the ground.
He doesn't have anything good to say. Yeah, go ahead.
But as you guys, as you're looking at this, Father Segundo, you kind of scour the body, and you notice that the fabric burning that appears on Carlton's chest. And if you move that fabric a little bit, you see a symbol on the society that I think you in particular would know about with your dealings with Hawkins.
Interesting.
There were rumors that Hawkins was using some sort of cursed magic to look through Butler's eyes.
Whether that stops when the butler is no longer alive.
At least from what you understand, it works as long as they are living. Where this success is going to come in, because you notice that symbol, and that is like your prior knowledge coming through. The success is that it, at least scanning the body and seeing, like, you've dealt with curses. You would be considered a chaplain within the Morrigan Society, which is people that are very highly trained in rituals that are either religious, spiritualistic, or folk magic. This seems like 2 competing spells that are butting heads. It seems like you can tell that from like there are like etchings in his arm that look like bird feet,
Okay.
as well as like the stab wounds. But the stab wounds don't appear. They almost look like they were stabbed from the inside out, as though if the success comes in, is it appears like the curse that was on him by Hawkins was to silence him should he let information out. And that the death was not necessarily the spell of the birds.
I turn to Celadonna and I say, birds. The birds are not the problem. I look around. Mr. Williams, Hawkins, and I point so that both of you can see to the symbol that Mary described. Hawkins was able to watch us through this. I don't believe that Hawkins can sense anything right now. My understanding is this doesn't work once the person who is afflicted by this is deceased. It is entirely possible that the reason that Carlton is dead is because Carlton said something that he was not supposed to say, and Hawkins's curse has killed him. That is my best assessment here. It seems that these stab wounds came from the inside of the body rather than into the body from the outside. I do not know what else this curse may or may not do. My understanding is it's dormant. My recommendation is once I complete last rites here and you all do anything that you need to with the body, that we consider cremating it, possibly getting rid of the evidence. As far as my rights are concerned, as long as we keep the ashes together, that is fine. The birds are a competing magic, did not lead to this death. I do believe they are in some fashion here to help us, at least, if not Carlton.
That makes more sense. The birds, they've never been dangerous, and I know we've had problems with Mr. Carlton, but and the Morgan Society would not have liked it that he's been spying on us, but this is not the way we do things.
No, I don't think so. Even to protect us, I feel that this would have been handled differently if this was them. Mr. Williams, do you have any insights that you could lend to help us better understand whatever Hawkins had brought upon this man prior to his death?
Remembering correctly, because
Yeah, no
my
worries.
computer ate all of my notes from last time.
I got you,
What do
no
I
worries.
know about Hawkins? And so 3 questions. What do I know about Hawkins? What do I know about this using curse magic to look through Butler's eyes? And what do I know about how to make damn sure that he's not looking through mine?
Delilah has had a hand in. Delilah has made sure that you have been her personal butler. You have never been allowed to work with Hawkins. To the point that the halls in general would never have allowed you to work under Hawkins. You would have heard rumors about the butlers that work with Hawkins coming out different. Like there are brand new, fresh butlers that are like come in with one personality, come out with another. It has to do with Hawkins is a strange individual. Even in pictures that you can find and portraits throughout Rose House, Hawkins always looks the same. There are so many rumors about Hawkins, it is hard to keep track. But at least what you would know about the butlers is that there is kind of like a whispered thing that you never want to be called into Hawkins' service. Like either you have done something very wrong and are re-educated, as the butlers call it, or you've done very well and they're going to use you. So luckily for you and your protection with the halls, for the information that you know and the information they know about you, their family's power and protection has what has caused you never to have to interact with Hawkins. So you are safe from any kind of that, the manipulation magic that he uses.
Hawkins is who?
The people in charge of the Apollonian Society. Hawkins is the caretaker of Rose House. Rose House is London, the main headquarters for the Apollonian Society.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Hawkins is the butler there. He has always been the butler there. No one has known anyone different than Hawkins. Hawkins is Hawkins. But there is a lot of whispers. Hawkins knows a lot of ancient magic and thus is incredibly dangerous. However, there's one limitation you know about Hawkins. He cannot leave Rose House residence.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
it's possible if you agree, Mary. I think it's possible that in the course of our friendship between our characters, Steve, that Father Segundo would have confided in you that Father Segundo theorizes that Hawkins is Fae.
So I think what Williams is doing at the moment, because we got a brief report of what happened here from Trinket, who talked about people with masks and knives. If the stab wounds come from the inside, I am bribing Trinket with biscuits and such, even with some honey, and trying to get some clarity about how the stabbing works, because it sounds like there were knives, but also from inside.
Are you doing that alone, or would it be okay for me to accompany you?
At least start doing this in the moment while you're still taking care of what you need to take care of.
Sure, of course. Yeah.
You're welcome to join. Just we seem to be doing multiple things at once in the moment, and that's
100%. And I if you're cool with it, then I'd leave it to Mary, right? Like how long that takes, and then whenever it would make sense. I think if you're not done at that point, then my attention would turn there.
Giving Trinket these different goodies, she absolutely recounts what happens. If you're observing, I guess there's like two ways to do it. There's observing her behavior, and there is kind of like manipulating to get more information out. What would you guys like to do?
I'm not sure I'm trying to manipulate. I'm bribing her to get on her good side and trying to ask some questions to get a little bit more detail. So
maybe that resolves first and we see where it goes, or however you want to do it. But if I do have a chance to join past that, I would come in manipulating her. It wouldn't be manipulation in the pejorative, right? But I would be coming in to interrogate at that point, right? A witness, essentially, from the perspective of me as an investigator, trained chaplain, right? For the society, utilizing those kinds of mechanisms alongside the interpersonal, given what I do for a living, it's very easy for me to put somebody at ease, right? It has to be. So that's what I would be doing. I would also suggest at that point a little bit of what I think might have happened if there isn't something to contradict that so far, to see how she reacts to that as a part of that process.
Mr. Williams, go ahead and give me an inspiration roll just from what you're describing. And in general, when we talk about manipulation, because there aren't like multiple like social skills, every like kind of like social interaction that is like where you're trying to talk someone into something, or even like getting information out, you don't have to be like gaslighty manipulative. It's just like that is just what the skill name is, and it covers a big umbrella. But I think what you're looking for more so is like the more of like intuition side, at least from what I'm seeing, like prompting the questions in a way to get the right answer versus like using like rhetoric and making someone comfortable to get the answer. For Father Segundo, go ahead and give me a manipulation empathy check to see what you can get.
I'm gonna take another swig, if that's okay, because that also
Absolutely.
applies to my manipulation checks. All right.
We've got a drunk priest on our hands. It's gonna be great.
A drunk priest who's pushing himself for the second time, because again, 96 gave me no successes.
Before you do that,
Yeah.
so I was rolling manipulation. My inspiration's better, but manipulation got me two sixes. So I don't know whether you need to push.
Percent roll. You just need one. You get extra information with extra successes. So I think like with actually, Mr. Williams, Father Segundo, one thing you can do
Mhm.
is provide an extra die to help. In
I'd
this
love that.
case, okay. For Mr. Williams, go ahead and roll one more die. Let's see if you can get an additional 6.
Thank you, Mary.
The highest success roll in this game, like the hardest success is 3. So perfect job. As you're talking to Trinket, and she is eating the food, there's 2 things that you both notice. The first, Trinket's drowsy. Like, it's not normal, like, I've had a long day and I just need an afternoon nap drowsy. It is as though something has affected her cognitive abilities that she doesn't even notice. But other than, I'm really sleepy and I need a nap. She even almost starts to doze, like dunking um, the biscuit into the honey. It takes actually like bringing her back a couple times. You would also notice what looks like some sort of a powder on her clothing. It looks like a red dust almost. Is off. Like what she's describing seems like something plausible from the wounds that are there. But at least what you guys have been able to pick up, it might not have been what actually happened, what someone wanted her to see. Trinket, if there was any kind of dust or a speck of dirt out of place, it would have been cleaned by now. So multiple things that are a little bit out of her norm, per se.
If it
Plume up around her, and she just like sneezes uncontrollably, and it knocks her out.
Violet is already kind of getting ahead of the whole corpse disposal part of the plan. So she and Ian are in the backyard digging a grave.
okay.
Uh,
Father Segundo yelling for your aid.
all right, cool. Shoulder, and I'm just like, what? Huh?
We have something new and interesting to study. There's a red dust that seems to have modified our brownie friend here's memory, and that knocked them out cold. Do you have something secure that would not require you to touch it directly, that we could use to clean this up, put it away so that we can study this?
Directly. I mean, I've got a bag and a handkerchief. She has like a small bag, like one of the satchels that would have been off on her side. It's like that and like a cloth so that she can just kind of like scoop it up in there.
It'll be recoverable after touching this. We don't know what it is. So Adana, have you run into anything like this before?
Have I?
other substance, it looks similar. It has like the red color of poppies, but
Mhm.
it doesn't seem like poppies. It's strange. Um, you probably haven't run into this particular
Mhm.
substance before,
Would I
but
have known? Yeah, I guess the question is, would I have encountered anything that, like, what kind of people, what kind of creature would try to dull the senses of a brownie in order for their own personal gain, like that kind of experience?
humans would absolutely try to dull a brownie. Other Fae aren't going to mess with that. It is too risky. Brownies can turn into very dangerous creatures if they are offended.
Mm-hmm.
But humans absolutely would have the folly to mess with a creature like a brownie.
Whoever that's done this, it's maybe they're working on behalf of Hawkins, but it wouldn't be himself. I think this is and I'm gonna try to, I don't know, I'm Faye kind of a little bit, not entirely, but I have a little taste of that red powder myself just to see what happens.
As you taste it, and it's going to affect you a little bit because you are part Fae, right? With your heritage.
Mm-hmm.
But there is this horrible iron taste. You can tell that this has powdered poppy and cold iron. That, like, for you, it just feels like a low spoons day. You feel it tired and sluggish and a little queasy after tasting it.
There goes my good night's sleep. Whoever who did this. This is not really from any kind of plant. It's a mixture of. They understand how it works. They. Is there something I can? Is there something I can feed Trinket to make her feel better? Because if I'm feeling it, just bite a little bit of it, she's going to having. She's probably feeling the mother of a hangover right about now.
Mm-hmm.
Things that would help with this other than just time and rest. Activated charcoal could be something that could be beneficial to just help her, the toxins to get out of her. But it's just going to need fluids, rest, and to eventually get her back to 100%.
Okay.
If you communicate that, I would want
Yeah,
to help
absolutely.
with that. There's definitely stuff that I can do for basic like bed rest assistance, providing that. Would you all feel comfortable with burning Carlton here while I tend to our friend? I can complete what I need to with his ashes as long as you're able to keep them together. That way we don't risk anything that Hawkins might have left on the body that could be working that I'm not aware of.
We have to do it safely, I think.
My concern is that if we simply bury the body without burning it as well, that there might be something on the body that is left that could be activated. Oh, to burn the body.
Burn the body, then cover the
Perfect.
dead.
Perfect.
I don't.
Okay, that is.
I don't think I could be a part of the burning if that's all right. I can stand it, the smell and the sight of it. Could I help you with Trinket instead?
Yes, I was about to ask. I would
Yeah.
appreciate the assistance. I'm sure Trinket would like to see both of us there. When she wakes up, she's going to be
Grand.
confused. And
Several pairs of white gloves.
If you all to look outside the window at this, it's me with a pickaxe breaking up the dirt, and then like the enlarged transformed Ian just like digging away at like the free dirt that we got going on. He's got a little pile off to the side now, and I'm like, there we go. Like I'm about probably like up to my stomach right now, like middle of my stomach in it. And I'm like, we could go deeper.
That's great. I love that.
The pit, get rid of the remains. Make sure to mark that you have Carlton's personal belongings. Anybody, just so like you characters have it in case you would like to go through it eventually. But go ahead and mark that down. And it takes a while for Trinket to get fully back to normal. She is a very little pixie, and there was a lot of that powder used. So it takes about a month for her to fully get from to fully recover, to actually have use of her magic, to be able to have the energy she needs throughout the day. She's actually, you've seen a couple of, over the month, different fae kind of bringing her different magical food to try and help this along. Because for a fae of that size to ingest that much cold iron, it is something that could have killed her. But she is all right. But you have about a month of downtime. And in that downtime, we are going to go over to Nisha. Nisha, you've been able to build up your antique business here in Galway. It's actually gotten a fair amount of business so far, particularly one of your best customers being Ida. Ida? Ida. She is the kind of person that is way too agreeable to correct anybody. She goes by Ida or general names yelled in her direction. But Ida is probably the way it's supposed to be pronounced, but
Yes.
she will she always visits your antique store every day, buys something. You know that she's from a pretty wealthy family, but you still don't know how she's able to pay for everything with the different things that she finds. But how do we find Nisha? Can you describe your character opening the shop that day?
Yeah, so Nisha is a young man, about 23. He has long, wavy auburn hair that he just has back in a ponytail, blue eyes. He's about 5'8". He's dressed like on the nicer side of comfortable, I would say. Like he owns a business, so he puts on a good appearance, but it's not like the whole 9 yards is, and I think, the shop is like, it's, I think at this point I would be mostly unpacked from my move. But yes, it's walls are lined with all kinds of various colorful, cool-looking things. There is a one portrait that is not for sale, displayed very prominently, of an older man behind the desk where the register is. And I think I'm just getting ready to open for the day, just like dusting some things off, counting whatever's in the register. The door is unlocked, but I'm not technically open yet. So just waiting to secure everything, and then I'll flip the sign around. But if someone wanted to come in, they theoretically could.
Ida is standing outside the book that she bought the previous day, clutched and she just kind of is like on her tiptoes, trying to like look past the different storefront setups that you have to see like what's within the shop today.
Yeah, I'll just see her. Come on in, lass.
And she walks in. She has rich mahogany skin, large bottle cap spectacles, and her braids today are interwoven into almost like a Celtic knot type style with her micro braids. But she goes into the shop and she just says, "Oh, morning, Nisha. It's good to see you.
Morning, dear.
Do you have anything new?"
Not since the last time you were here.
There's always something. And she just kind of starts looking through the shelves.
Let me know if you have questions.
Oh, I will. Usually you found Ida likes to spend. She's almost like a secondary shopkeeper at this point.
Oh yeah, and I love her. She's like a little sister. She's the best.
And it goes through and looks at all the objects that she's seen every single day, but she looks at them with wonder and is kind of like picking up different knickknacks. You see that the local mailman actually kind of comes up to your door, opens it, and just says, I have a letter for Nisha. Is there...
That's me.
Oh, okay. And he hands it to you and says, "Oh, they send their regards." As he hands the note.
Yeah. Is there a name on it of like where it's from? Right. Thank you kindly.
And leaves. You have the letter before you.
Yeah, I'll open the shop so people can start coming in, and then I'll sit down and start reading it.
In and out. This is a pretty rural community, so with the shop being on like the newer side,
yeah,
and by newer I mean like this hasn't been a mom and pop store owned for like a very, very long time.
Right.
You have people coming in and out, and while there isn't like a very wealthy community here, they usually are able to either supplement with like goods or services and save up for things. But you have gotten quite a bit of business, being like the new place to go, as it were. But as you sit down, read through the letter, it is a note from Rose House, the Apollonian Society headquarters, requesting you as well as Celadonna, Violet, Mr. Williams, Father Segundo, written like all of your names written out, that you have been requested to go to Rose House in preparation for the grand auction.
Great. Yeah, I'll fold that up. And yeah, I'm gonna say that what day of the week is it?
Last time we were in April. This time it is about the beginning of May. It is a Thursday, and the auction is supposed to be Friday, giving you kind of a day to travel.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. That's less time than I was expecting. All right, I'm gonna have to close up early for the day then. And yeah, I'm assuming Varela, most of the time he's come to my shop, and that's where we've had most of our conversations. But I'm assuming I would know where he's staying.
Yeah. Sorry. No, it's cool. I wasn't sure if the question was to me. From my perspective, at the very least, you'd be trusted with that information.
Then, yeah, I'll, with an annoyed sigh, close up early for the day and head over.
And like very trying to be brave in this moment, would offer, if you wish to have the shop open, that she would help run it while you were gone, if that is what you wished.
You know what? That'd be lovely. Here, let me show you how to work the register real quick. Well, if you've already got it, show me.
And she like everyday activity. It's almost like
You're a
she's like
natural.
memorized everything. And she's thank you and come again. I think that's what you usually say.
Oh man. Well, I can't think of anyone better then.
Kind of grabs the book that she brought with her and is excited to run the shop while you are gone.
And on my way out, next time I see you, we'll work out your pay, all right?
Thank you so much. And she like rushes out the door.
Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, I'll head over.
Is been renovated quite well so far. The outside is heavily grown over with moss and ivy. There is a lush courtyard and a beautiful garden. But as you approach the main house, where do we find everyone on this day?
How is Trinket now? Like on this day?
She's still a little bit under the weather, but for the most part, she's back to her daily activities. She's not needing as much like rest and the different like assistive care from like the different magical tonics that had been delivered for her. She's not having to use it as often. She's fully not needing the activated charcoal anymore. And she's, for the most part, other than a little bit frustrated by whoever did that, back to her normal self. Maybe a little bit more tired than usual, but on the mend at least.
I think Celadonna will. Oh, sorry. No.
I was just trying to get time of day for us clear so everybody.
Mhm. I was just gonna add that Celadonna would have made sure to occasionally bring over some dirty but easy to clean boots to make her happy.
Mhm.
You definitely
Mhm.
see that she was barely even able to wipe like the outside at first, and she's come a long way. Her stamina is almost back to normal. She's still having to take a few breaks throughout like cleaning process, but she's happy to get back to what she cares about, which is caring for you guys. But as far as time of day, it was about mid-morning when Nisha received the note and to close up and get everything handled. Probably like early afternoon.
Mhm.
So I forgot to ask this question when I was setting it up before, so now I'm asking it now. And I, when we level, well, when we spend experience to get a new talent, does it have to be either from our book or the general talents, or can it be from the other classes also?
You, without having to have a teacher, you can learn anything from your archetype. You can learn anything from general. In order to learn from another archetype, you need someone that has knowledge on that archetype to teach you. And to get it. So, like right now, at least with the archetypes at hand, we have all of the player characters' archetypes. You would be able to learn no problem any talent within those. Any other playbook that isn't being used, you would have to find someone to teach you. But that can be like a plot point we do at some point too.
The person who I've been talking to over the through the notebook, because I wanted to take one of the occultist talents.
Ooh.
Cool. And so I've kind of been thinking about it in the fact that like I normally run away and I'm okay with running away, I'm okay with hiding, but sometimes I want other people to run. Um and so Violet is trying to find a way to channel the energy, the negativity, the anger she feels inside quite frequently, and is working. She's doing it on Ian, even though she knows it won't work on Ian. She's using strike fear.
I mean, it's a perfect creature to learn from, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, you begin exactly how she taught you in the book
Mm.
of your different response back and forth, um, of like manifesting the pain and anger and pushing it out. Um, you do see Ian tries to act afraid.
Hmm.
Like very much when you teach a dog to play dead. Um, that is what Ian is doing in response. It's not necessarily affecting him because he is also a creature that has that ability. Um, but he is very much in the "Oh no, I you've got me," and then afterward, just like a very good job nudge of the nose, and just will try and like give you jump up on you to lick your face as a "You did good, buddy."
There we go. There we go. I'll get as good as you. Like as I'm petting him on and everything. Like I'll get as good as you one day.
Of Ian's bark when he wants to be fearful just kind of sends a shiver up your spine. Uh, as he just like lets out the bark of a kushi, which is a very dangerous ability, but he doesn't use it 3 times on you, so you're okay. As Nisha is approaching, would you open the door or?
If I don't think I'm here.
Okay.
I'm not sure if Delilah had left by the time we were finding the body, which she was supposed to be leaving with Carlton, which seemed a little bit odd. But more importantly, the only reason I was willing to stay behind was that he was going with her, which was the only way we had to get him out of here. So Williams, many years ago, swore an oath to protect Delilah specifically. I mean, when he learned that she was here messing around with Vesson, he abandoned his post, left a household he'd been serving for decades to come in and make sure she was okay. There is no way he's allowing her allowing her. There's no way he's okay with her making this trip solo, making the trip to begin with, and making the trip into the Lion's Den, particularly solo. So
With you all when you had found the body. So you absolutely could have left with her. She would have tried to leave like as soon as possible to try and like spearhead of the mischief Carlton was getting up to kind of explain the disappearance. And we can come back to what you've been doing after we see Nisha's message. But who would answer the door?
I think it's not that I'm answering the door, but Celadonna will probably be the first person Nisha saw. She's being sort of over the course of the month, having planted the rowan tree branch in the front yard to try to see what happens. Try to use that as a conduit to communicate with her mother and to try to see whether or not she can help her either pass over or move on in some way. So I think she would have seen Nisha approaching the house and went to greet him, and open the door from the outside.
Mary,
Or just, oh, Sorry, just
No, you're fine.
maybe either open the door from the outside or lead you through a garden door.
I have a quick question, Mary. I think you had mentioned that Nisha was there the night of the party where that creature attacked. Is that correct? I feel like I remember
A little bit more.
the otter thing. I'm blanking on the name of it.
Oh, yeah. You probably would have seen, like, or have heard of, the different investigators here.
Okay.
Like you on the night of the otter attack, most shopkeepers had set up like little booths.
Yeah.
While you may not have had like direct interactions, you would have at least seen them about to like not here's like a random lady opening the
Yes,
door. What
yeah.
the heck is going on?
Right.
So you would know at least who, because a big buzz lately has been the renovations of Menlo Castle and the
Right.
inhabitants. So
Yeah.
it would have been the talk of the town. So you would at least know of by like appearance
Yeah.
everyone here.
Right. Celadonna, is it?
Right. I've been to your store once or twice before.
Oh, have you? Well, thank you. Well, it's nice to meet you officially. I'm
It's
Nisha.
a great collection. Many of them are haunted. It's
Oh, well, thank
just
you.
beautiful.
Thank you. I've heard some things from Varela, so it's nice to finally meet you all. I hope I'm not intruding. Are the rest of you around?
Well, the father is inside taking care of the brownie. I'm not really sure when Mr. Williams is going to come back. Well, I'm sure he's somewhere. And Violet, well, she's practicing.
Practicing.
Yeah.
Okay. Doesn't ask. Well, if it's not too much trouble, I'd love to speak with y'all, but I can come back at another time.
Oh, I'm sure there's something cooking in the kitchen if you would like to have a spot of tea, and I'm sure everybody will be excited to speak with you.
That would be lovely. Thank you.
Question above table, Julia. Would you have sent word ahead to Father Segundo that you?
Oh yeah, that probably would have been a good idea.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm asking because if you had, then Father Segundo, even though he is busy with like a little bit of talk therapy, essentially with Trinket in this moment more than anything else, would have already had stuff in the kitchen ready waiting for you that he knows that you enjoy.
Now that I think about it, I don't know if he would have been able to send word ahead with the short notice. But
Father Segundo makes for everyone each day, whatever's left of it at this point in the day, at the top of the day, which is a bottomless stew, a never-ending stew, a community stew, right? That is there. Some tea that is always steeping, maybe 2 pots if that doesn't feel too fancy for us. One, it's a little bit more of a pick-me-up. One that's a little bit more of a calm me down, right? And then I leave actually to you, Rand and Violet, since Steve, Mr. Williams isn't here right now. Whatever you all like to eat most that we would have around would also be there.
I think Celadonna will just say, well, there is one pot of tea that Father Segundo likes to add a bit of additional extra something, if you know what I'm saying. And the stew is always brilliant, and I've been calling it a stone soup because we never run out of it. My personal favorite is that I keep a pocket of spice if you would like to partake, add a heat, a kick to it.
Wow. I'm all right for now, I think, but I'm happy to whatever you've got is very generous of you all.
Oh, everybody's got to eat, right? And
I suppose so.
It's quite delighted. I am just quite delighted to see you. We don't have the house is way too large for all of us, even though there's just a lot going on all the time.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful and grotesque at times.
I'll bet. If these walls could talk, right?
Yeah. and listen to.
All right then, shall we?
I think it's best if we just wait here.
Oh,
Everybody ends up pass through here. I'll ring the bell. I imagine because Mr. Williams is here and we would have installed like bells to like notify people of emergencies or whatever. So I think Saladonna is going to like ring one of them to notify people that there is a guest.
If I hear that while I'm talking to Trinket, I don't want to slow us down too much above table, but would there be a moment for us to just there's one thing I'd like to try with Trinket, if that's okay. I think at this point, since it sounds like Trinket has been recovering well, and Father Segundo has been giving Trinket time and support there and not looking to press, would you say that on a day like today, Father Segundo feels like Trinket might be up for a little bit of a harder conversation?
Keeping it together quite well. A lot of the time, she very much tries to avoid those topics, but I think
Sure.
at least she's feeling well enough where she may not figure out the topic at hand before it's there.
Okay. Trinket, and I think maybe he starts this part of the conversation just before hearing the bell, so it's not, he's opening it up knowing there's something to go do. Trinket, the day that you were poisoned, I'd still like to find out who did that to you to ensure that they don't do that to you or anyone else here again. I remember what you described. It made sense. Masked people, stabbing. The thing is, Trinket, that I know that the stabs came from inside of Carlton's body, not outside. Is it possible that these masked men stabbed Carlton from the inside and crawled out and poisoned you and left?
Very small hands begin to shake with the like little like cloth that she has that she was like polishing a shoe at the time. And she kind of like rights herself and says, I'm not sure.
Do you have any more clarity in your memory since you've been recovering when you think of that day?
I was cleaning the floor
Mm-hmm.
and I heard a knock at the door and no one was home, so I figured it was you guys.
Mm.
So I opened the door and Carlton was walking kind of weird. Like almost like someone was puppeting. But Carlton's always a little weird. And then something happened. There was a lot of blood. I hid in the vase.
Good. That was smart. Sorry. I'm about to ask something difficult. Is that okay?
She just
Sorry.
keeps polishing the shoe.
I promise that you can clean anything you would like of mine for the next year after this conversation. I will never stop you. I'll never get in your way. I'll bring more things for you. The only thing I ask is that you let me know what you'd like as a treat so that we can both do nice things for each other. Try to remember the masks anything that you can tell me about the masks?
Well, I was looking up into the out of the vase, so I could only see a little bit, and there was a weird gold color, like there was no facial expression, but a smile. It was too big. I don't know. I think I saw one of those, like, it was almost like a theater mask, sorts. But it was gold. It was wrong. It was something wrong. I don't know. I think like sometimes Mr. Willie likes to read those weird, creepy mystery novels, you know, and it kind of sounded like the weird groups that do sneaky things. I just didn't think they existed.
All of these things exist that live in our stories. If they didn't exist, we wouldn't talk about them. Just the way that they exist is not always easy to see. I'm very sorry that we did not do a better job that day of being there for you. I'll do everything that I can to do better moving forward.
Be people climbing out of bodies. I don't think
But
that's
it's
a
our
typical
job.
Wednesday.
It's not, but it is what we are supposed to do. And we're your friends. And you shouldn't have to face things like that alone.
You guys helped
Wait.
a lot. I mean, I would have been in way worse shape if Miss Celadonna and you and Violet didn't help the last couple weeks.
Yeah. Well, we'd be in much worse shape if we didn't have you. And I think maybe around now would be when the bell, if you agree, would go on and say, I should not tire you out more today. You still owe me that information about your favorite kind of treat. You don't have to tell me right now. You don't have to decide in this moment. Just tell me when you're ready. You know where to find me. I'm going to be over in the kitchen. And I get up and do whatever sort of friendly goodbye trinket feels comfortable with, right? That would indicate a sense of affection. And then I'll take off over to the kitchen.
And as you head into the kitchen, and everyone kind of sits down to hear what Nisha has to say, we will be back in about 10 minutes to hear the outcome of that. But we'll see you in 10 minutes. And then after that, we will finish up the episode for tonight. So grab a water, make sure to take your meds, and we'll see you in a little bit. Bye.